came up with a film idea using these 4 prompts. Pirate, subject of an interrogation, homesick, discovery of a new species. Welcome back to my channel and my Storymatic series where I come up with movies that I would love to see get made. Please check out my website for my full breakdowns as well as other writing I have available. Let's get into it. Francis, who would be played ideally by Jonathan Majors. You may have seen him in Defy Bloods, Lovecraft Country, as well as the Loki TV series on Disney+, is playing a pirate and a wanted outlaw who was freed from slavery by his French captain Louis, whom he still sails with today. Francis became well known in the pirate world for his gift for handling animals. He makes money by smuggling exotic birds and any other type of animal that could survive on a ship or in the black market. He's also known to have been the only man to not only have encountered what was thought to be a strictly mythological creature, the hippocampus, but also to be saved by her at sea when on a past whaling expedition. Louis, his captain, sets up an illegal trade deal that is full of risks because it will be taking place in London. Francis agrees regardless and proceeds to make the trade. Unfortunately, it was a complete setup, so Francis and a few of his other crewmates are forced into British custody. Francis comes to the unfortunate realization that it was his own captain, Louis, that traded him in for a reward. Now, at the mercy of a British privateer named Calum, played ideally by Clive Owen, he must now give up the whereabouts of the hippocampus or hang by the neck to pay for his crimes. Francis, though extremely reluctant, agrees to assist the British privateers into venturing out to where he encountered the hippocampus all those years ago. They assign him an odd batch crew of pirates who are all wanted criminals as well. An Irishman named Liam, played by Domhall Gleeson. He's a nervous cook whose last crew had to resort to cannibalism. Liam is now obsessed with food conservation and keeping ships as clean as possible. A Dutch man named Jacob, played by Michiel Huisman, used to work for the Dutch as a privateer but decided to free slaves and become a pirate himself. A French man named Heugan, played by Vincent Cassell, stole from the French royal family. He's a thief and he's always drunk. A Scottish man named Heugan, played by Heugan, became a pirate at a young age, well experienced in the whaling industry, hates the British, and is a complete outlaw as well. An Indian man named Ashish, played by Himesh Patel, claims to be a writer/historian who wandered onto a pirate ship by mistake as a young man and has now just been getting up to no good. That is our crew. All Francis wanted was to make this last big trade so he could make the journey home to Libertalia. Libertalia is a secret sovereign nation for pirates off the coast of Madagascar, a place that he could finally call home. Now, with this peculiar crew in tow, he must gain their trust as a leader and devise a plan to not only get out from under the watchful eyes of the British, also prevent the privateers from hunting down the sea creature. Little does Francis know, his old captain, Louis, is following close behind, waiting for his chance to not only overthrow Francis and his new crew, but the British privateers as well. The gunsway battle will be epic. The conditions will be treacherous. It will be hard to know who to trust, but maybe he can protect the hippocampus, gain some allies, and make it to Libertalia at last. I would love to see this movie get made. I'd love to see it get made because I believe it would be an incredibly epic journey of transformation for an unlikely hero. It would be so different to see a pirate movie that is able to depict just how hard this life would have truly been. It would be so captivating to enter an epic pirate tale with elements of magic realism. I believe Robert Eggers would be the perfect choice of director for this film. I believe this because he was able to depict the incredibly harsh landscape and way of life of the Viking era with the Northmen. He was also able to fine-tune the balance of fantasy and mythology that layered the narrative of the Viking era. This particular skill set would make this pirate story engaging and unforgettable. My second ideal director of choice would be Alejandro Gonzalez Innaritu, who did Birdman and The Revenant. I believe he is also able to push the envelope when it comes to this type of story. I really enjoyed breaking this down, doing the research, and the entire writing process itself for this story. I was really excited to learn about Libertalia and how we can't confirm if it was a real place or not, because pirates weren't good at recording their history. And I loved learning about the role of the privateers. Every nation that was prominent during that time had privateers that would often relinquish their ties to their nations and become pirates themselves. Like, what? So easily corruptible. And I also really enjoyed learning about all the different nationalities that would make up the pirate population. So that's what I tried to do with the crew that I came up with to join Francis on his quest to the hippocampus. I think it would be a really great ensemble film in that way, and you get to see people from all walks of life working together for a great adventure. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.